the Z5P from Zenith Firearms. Let's check it out. First thing we're going to do when handling the firearm is make sure the gun is unloaded, remove the magazine, bring back the action, and it is unloaded. The HK MP5 was designed in the 1960s, and it became a really popular submachine gun. In fact, over 100 variants of these were made, and it was one of the most widely used submachine guns in the world. Over 40 countries adopted this firearm, including the U.S., and still is in use all over the world in both military and law enforcement applications. In fact, in 1999, the UMP was designed by H&K to replace this, but these are still in production as of 2016. And that just gives you a testament of how popular and how well respected this firearm design is. There were a number of different countries that were licensed to make these firearms, and one of them was MKE in Turkey, which is a arms developer and producer of firearms in Turkey for their military and other militaries. Now, all of these are made on German tooling under the HK license for over 30 years. And of course, now these are being made separately by the MKE plant. But from everything that I've seen on these pistols, you know, it's pretty close to the HK finish, the design, the quality, the machining. It's just really exceptional. I know Tim over at Military Arms Channel actually went to the MKE plant and did a tour, and he was very impressed. And from the video, you know, I was very impressed with the quality. You know, there's a ton of these that are coming into the country and have been over the past few years, and the quality can be so-so. Sometimes they're pretty decent, sometimes they're not, sometimes they have problems. But the MKE seems to be a really high-end, of course, made right there on German tooling and under the HK license. It gives it a lot of respect in the firearm world. And this is the roller lock design, which is, again, very similar to the MP5, or the civilian version was the HK94. And you know, if you went through that process of the assault weapons ban, you know, these really became highly sought after. In fact, the price on the MP5 or the HK94s went through the roof, even more than the standard HK91s, which were in the 308. Now, this is a blowback design, and it's a roller lock system. And we'll look at that in a second. But here we have the charging handle that comes back, and you can lock it into place. It is non-reciprocating, and that means when the gun is being fired, the bolt doesn't come back like it does on the AK and other firearms. That way you can hold your hand up here without having that bolt come back and catch you on the fingers. Now, with your hand being up front, you've got to be careful because you have that barrel coming out. These are pretty short, and you need to be careful. Now, it comes with 3 30-round magazines, and one of the easiest ways to insert your magazine is to bring your bolt back and then slide the magazine in and just pull it back to you, and that locks it into place. It does have a paddle release right here. It makes it really easy. On the other side here is a push button for the mag release, but I can't really see much use for it considering this paddle is so effective. It does have the your safety right here, fire, safe, and then if it was the full auto version, it would go down to full auto, but it doesn't go down there, and of course the parts aren't compatible. It does have a polymer lower receiver. It's really nice, thin, with the shelf right here. Fits good in the hand. Enlarged trigger group here, or trigger guard, for gloved hands. It has a 5.8-inch barrel. It is threaded, and it's 1/2 by 28, so you can put suppressors on there, or you know, most of your suppressors that are in the 5 by 28 thread. Remember that it is in 9mm. It does have the tri-lugs here for your HK type suppressors. It has the rear sight that is a barrel design, which actually turns, and you can get different distance and different notch sizes for more target, and then it gets really wide for more up close and personal. Your front sight is a post, and it has the ring to protect it like all the MP5s. The enamel finish on this is just beautiful. I mean, it's very well done. You can see that there are not any real tooling marks or anything. I mean, this is really typical for your German-made MP5s or HK94s. Now we're going to take a look inside the pistol, and of course you want to drop your charging handle, which that is the way you do it. Just slap it down. Right here and here are pins. Pull those out. They can be kind of tight. Then you want to take right here and push this pin out of your trigger housing. Take the back cap and just pull it right off. And then your trigger housing will come right out. Next, you can take your charging handle, go ahead and bring it back so you can pull out your recoil spring, guide rod, and the bolt carrier. The recoil spring and guide rod can be just pulled out like this. It is under some tension right here to get in and out. Here is your roller lock action, and so you turn it to about 45 degrees and then just pull it out. Here's your firing pin. Turn it all the way to 6 o'clock and then you can pull it out. Of course, you have your firing pin and firing pin spring, which are housed right here. Of course, we see the rollers right here for the roller block. This is a delayed blowback. So these rollers, and I'll show you when we reassemble, they push out when it's in the rear position, and then when it goes forward, they depress down in. And that's all you need to do to field strip the firearm. If you want to take the handguard off, you can pop this pin out as well, and the handguard will come right off. To reassemble, bring it in, take your pins. One of the things about these pins is they can get lost, so that's a great thing about having a couple of spares in your kit. Take your firing pin, 6 o'clock, and then turn it to a 45-degree angle. Take your bolt with this little hump right here, place it in here, and then turn it as well counterclockwise, and that'll lock it into place. With the bolt pushed all the way back, the rollers are in the out position. Bring it in and you can see the rollers drop down. Now you can re-enter your bolt carrier with guide rod. Go ahead and bring down your charging handle to let that go forward. Re-enter your trigger housing. Get your pin in place, take the end cap, get it in place. And there we go. And we're all ready. The finish itself has been parkerized underneath, and then it has a baked on enamel finish that's on top, which is to mil spec. All the quality of everything, just like you saw with the internal parts, are just exceptional. The hammer forged barrel is just really a nice addition, and you know, hammer forged barrels last a lot longer than your standard barrel. So this really gives you a lot of barrel life. The weight on the pistol is just a little over 4.5 pounds at 4.6 pounds. And the overall length is 13.7 inches in length. The case is worth mentioning. It is a hard plastic case fitted. You can see the pistol is fitted right in there just perfectly. This is a rubber coating that's inside here. You have 3 magazines, 30 rounders. They fit this way, but if you put them end on end, you can put 4. Just like so. It does come with a sling. It also comes with a rail mount right here that fits on the top. Really great for a red dot. And we have a cleaning kit. Has a couple of extra takedown pins in here in case you lose them in the field. Right here is a perfect place for your ammunition. Sling comes with HK style clips. Just lock into place here on this swivel in the back that turns. Now, as most of these type firearms that were originally rifles and then made into pistols, you know, they can be a little unwieldy to shoot because it's definitely made to shoot from the shoulder. But with this sling, whether you put it over your shoulder here, you can get stability with the firearm, and then a lot of guys will actually put it over their head. You can get good stability here. You have to bring it up just a little bit. But one of the things about pulling it around your neck is it does weigh on your neck. but you know, it does give you a lot of stability, and with the 9mm, the recoil is fairly mild. A lot better than firing, you know, your AR pistol or your AK-47 pistols. And really, it's a lot more ergonomic and a lot easier to shoot. Of course, 9mm, I want to say thanks to Federal Premium for the ammunition. There's just something about doing that that's just like awesome. One thing about these Zenith roller-like actions that are coming in, these are not commercial models. These are actually mil-spec models that are made for military. And so the quality and the standards are going to be really high. You know, sometimes I do get questions about firearms made in Turkey. And Turkey is putting out some really good quality firearms. They are a NATO ally. I think that the MKE factory is putting out some really quality products for good prices. I mean, this firearm runs $1,800 full retail. And typically you can get these in gun shops for about $1,675, $1,650. Now, some of you guys are passing out, you're like $1,600, but for a roller-like action that is licensed or previously licensed under HK, under German tooling, that is a fantastic price for these firearms. And with the political climate that's going on, who knows how long this is going to last. But these are really high quality arms. I've dealt with MP5s and HK94s for over 30 years personally. And I'll tell you guys, with all the experience I've had with them, this is an exceptional piece for that design. There are a number of different designs that MKE is offering, or Zenith Firearms. You can go to the Zenith Firearm website, and I'll have all the links down below. They do have some different configurations, and they are importing some rifles, not only in 9mm, but also in 308 and 223, 5.56. So the Z5P from Zenith Arms, thumbs way up. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America, long live the Republic. It's really easy. Your front sight here is covered, and it has the... Now, to insert a magazine, just pop it in. Okay. Now, one of the best ways to insert a magazine is to... it breaks down very similar as well to the... And it also breaks down just like the old... And the takedown, you have these